You better believe it, son. It's the Chef Fit podcast. It's episode fucking 17. Where are you at, son? Fucking come on. POBG. What's the beef, pal?
Let's go, champs. Loving that energy, Cam. Keep that up.
Give us another 25 seconds of power and he'll be right.
Oh, man, here, speaking of 25 seconds of power, I was sick to my fucking stomach the other day when I got my time in from the park run.
Yeah.
I had the wrong runners on, right? So my Asics got fucking destroyed at the Spartan race, right? So on Saturday I wore just fucking Adidas
Standard
load of shite jobbies, right? For those of you who's listening in the car, I went silent there because I had a pair of bleeding shoes, right? But the race started off and I was in a great space for it, you know. I wasn't drinking the night before. I woke up really, really early and had porridge and yogurt at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then I was stretching for ages. I was stretching out my calves on the bottom of the stairs and all. Then got down there really, really early. Was chatting to a few people, and then for about 15 minutes then I was stretching just on the starting line, just stretching and doing some little jumps and skips and stuff like that, and I felt really fucking good.
Yeah.
The last time I did it in Bushy Park was the first time I did it in Bushy Park, and it took 45 seconds nearly off my time. And this time I was like, man, I'm feeling a lot better than I even was that last time, so yeah. I'm going for that PB, and I'm absolutely inches away from getting that sub 25, you know. And then the race started off, and it's a 900 meter straight. You have Dodder Park, where you have the wall here and the Dodder here, right beside Bushy Park.
Yeah.
Just a footpath, right? So you're running along that for 900 meters, and then you do 2 laps of the pond and the forest, and then you come back down for 900 meters straight back. And when I got halfway through the first straight, my fucking shoelace opened, right? I was like, ah, bollocks. So I was starting to wreck my head, and I was like, right, I can't stop. I have to keep going. And then this L one, this L one passed me and goes, "Hey, you know me?" And I was like, oh, yeah, listen. And then this fucking L fella went past me then, and he goes, "Hey, I hope you bleed, shoelace open." And I was like, yeah. Everybody just passed me was tapping me on the shoulder. Like, wait, fuck's sake. Got to a bench, stopped for a second, tied my shoelaces as fast as I can. And had big time, yeah. Had an eye on the person that I was behind when I started to tie my shoelace, and made sure then that I picked up the pace until I got back to where I was. Obviously, it wasn't going to be very comfortable to do so, but I had to get back. I made a deal with myself. If I'm going to stop and tie my shoelace, I have to get back to where I was, right? That was a deal I made myself. Stop, shoelace, bang, gone. About another half a kilometre later, same bleeding shoelace opens again. I was like, oh, this is wrecking my head. And then for some reason, when I'm running, right, when I get to about 3K, when I'm running, all of a sudden, this hand goes like this, right, into it like a claw hand, and then I go like that. So I'm running along like a fucking happy spa with one arm going like this, and my shoelace open. Every single sap that's passing me is tipping me in the shoulder going, "Hey, shoelace open there, bud. Hey, shoelace open there, bud." Finish the race with an open shoelace. Like, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. And then I got home and got my time sent to me, and it was 3 seconds off the PB.
Ah, fucking Christ, man. Did you ever did you get your regular hand back, or are you stuck with the old hook?
No, I think it's probably not, but I feel like it's an oxygen thing, you know, because I get a little pain in my shoulder, and then all of a sudden my hand just bleeding, claws up, and I'm running, and I'm like, this is not efficient.
I did that half marathon a while ago, because I'm a fat powerlifter. Like, I don't really, like, running isn't really my thing, but I do notice when I run anywhere over fucking 4 or 5K, my arms start fucking building up with blood, because my arms are upright and they're bent.
Pumping.
That tightness in my shoulder. So I just started doing this. I just did the fucking old shake it off. I just straightened out my arms, and I was just running like a fucking old flamingo.
Sometimes I do that.
Ah, the
fucking
strut, the
the,
Vince
yeah,
McMahon.
the Billy Billionaire strut. Yeah,
I was
fucking hell.
fucking doing the Vince McMahon running past 50-year-old fucking ones I've been looking at the fucking back of them for the fucking hour and a half. Anyway.
And you won that was my marker, right? That I said, right, I have to catch back up before. She was probably, I'd say if I was to guess, I'd say she was 58, right? And she was very fast, obviously. And then when I caught up to her, I was always, 20, 30 meters behind. And if I caught up, so there's a couple of turns, and I like to drop the shoulder and get a little bit of a sprint on when there's a turn. And for some stupid reason in my own head, I think that's going to knock a few seconds off my time. But, slow, a paced run is obviously better than stopping and starting like that.
Yeah.
And then when it got to the end, I was like, see you later, you fucking bitch. Whose shoelace is open now?
Better. Nothing better, man. There's nothing fucking better. It's the same feeling. It's like you towards the end, when people are fucking, that's when the players come out. And at the end of that, Harper, I was fucking in the depths of hell for the first 15 to fucking 17 kilometers. My two mates that I started the race with fucked off well ahead of me within the first 2 minutes of starting. Didn't see anyone, people overtaking me the whole time in fucking rags. And then suddenly the playlist started getting a little bit more intense, and the venom and the fucking rage starts coming, and you get this weird second wind where you're just fucking going, man, fucking gritting the teeth and putting it down. Black belt in overtaking middle-aged women on a on a back road in Wicklow, son. Look, coming in over the fucking finish line. Fuck yeah.
There's no point. Look, when you can see that finish line, or if you know where it is, burn every single match that you have left. That's what I do. Every match, there's no good to you being just a little bit out of breath and you finish going, oh, that was grand. For me, every single 5K that I do was like a fucking race. And at the end, put the boot down and lean over.
Yeah.
Like Usain Bolt at the end of 100 fucking meters.
Clawing
and ear stuck to my shoulder.
Yeah, the old fucking Captain Hook coming back to take what's his.
Fucking hell.
Anyway.
Can't beat it though. Anyway.
You can't beat it. Today's episode, we are talking about mise en place in your life, chef. This is a really, really interesting one to be talking about. I love this fucking concept. So mise en place, what are we really on about? I assume everyone listening to this is a chef, but if you're not a chef, we'll just break this shit down. Like, it's basically a term that chefs will use to describe being organized within a workspace. Do you know what I mean? Having your shit together within the kitchen. You know what I mean? And the whole idea of having mise en place is that if you get it sorted, if you have your mise en place on point, it means you don't get fucked up the hole when you get
your prep list. But it's not just your prep list of stuff you have to do. It's your prep list of what is to be done when you have everything ready to go as well.
Yeah, exactly. So every job, second you step in the kitchen, you have a list of jobs that need to be done. Get them done in whatever sequence. Then follow that with getting the section boxed off on top of the jobs. Boom, into your service. Sort everything out during the service. After your service, obviously, there's a process of breaking it all down. But that whole concept rings true, that there's a process that you go through and it gives you the result. Like, what happens if you don't have that on point? Like, I'm sure you've worked with a fucking good quantity of montologists, Peter, in your time. Like,
I don't fucking believe it.
Like, what is a good example of coming in and having your shit on point in the kitchen, and what's a bad example?
One of the most common sayings in a decent kitchen is fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Yeah.
It is absolutely as simple as that. The place that I work in now, I still do my mise en place the day before, and then I edit it when I get in the morning time. When you go into places, I've worked in places now in mad kitchens, like really busy places, top end restaurants, where when you finish up in the afternoon and you walk out the door and you don't think about the next day whatsoever. You come in the next day, and when you come in the morning, you're like, oh God, flashbacks. People coming in and the chefs don't even get changed. They come into the kitchen and they're opening up all the service fridges and all that and going, right, what have we got today? Ah, fuck, yeah, right, none of this. We have to do that now first thing. What's this? That's going to take 2 hours. It all starts the day before.
Jesus, right. Coming in, no plan of action, just see what's in the fucking fridge, see what we got, and go from there, like.
Yeah. So do you know, if there's any disasters that are going to come, there's no, if it can't be fixed like a cowboy job, you're fucked. You know?
So many of them out there, man. Jesus, mother of God.
Big
And
time.
so, like, what is the end result? What happens as a result of that? Like, what happens when you come in and you're fucking a cowboy and you're just winging it as you go? Like, what are the common things that end up happening?
You get yourself into the shits from the start. You're chasing your tail from the start. So you're already a half an hour out just because you're looking around the kitchen. That could have been done the night before or after you cleaned down. A big thing that I've carried into a lot of kitchens where I work as a head chef is that the chefs do all the cleaning in the kitchen, not the kitchen porters. The chefs clean down. The chefs sweep them up the floor. They do the walls, and the chefs clean the fridges. And every night, and anywhere that I work as a head chef, every night or every day, depending on the hours, is a deep clean day. And the main reason for that is not because of the cleanliness of the kitchen. It's because then you know the lay of the land when you go in the next day. So if you come in first thing in the morning and you're looking through the fridges and you see what you don't have or what you need, then you don't have a plan, then your priorities are going to get completely fucked up. Whereas if you have it there ready for you the night before, you have to be ready for it when you come in the morning time.
Yeah, totally. That's a really, really, really fucking important concept. And the reason that I want to touch on this and I want to use mise en place as an example is because as chefs, you will understand that it's vitally important that you have that nailed in a kitchen. And a joker from someone who's serious, depending on how they operate. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you're running a kitchen, Peter, that's an essential part of the fucking puzzle. Because if you are too lazy and too ill-disciplined to sort the fucking kitchen out after service, whoever's in the next day, whether that be you or someone else, they're in the fucking shit. So
Big time.
This same thing rings true in chefs' lives. I feel 95% of chefs do not have any kind of mise en place outside the kitchen. Yeah. So this whole concept of being organized and having a plan of action and fucking, putting the plan in front of yourself and then just going and executing it and then getting a solid result off the back of that. It's like, think about your own life. You talk about having a shit life, chef. You talk about, right, I've got no energy, I've got no motivation, I never get anything fucking done, I wake up on my days off, don't do fuck all. And I can kind of understand that you're tired to a certain extent, and I've done that same thing myself, but I've also made that same mistake. If you could start applying this thing where you're thinking about your days the same way you think about your days in work, then everything starts to change. So something as simple as a fucking to-do list and an actual set of intentions for the day will change your mindset completely. And it means you will finish your day in a totally different mindset. I can get very complex with organizing routine and structuring your day and all of that shit. Before I even want to get to that, it's like, ask yourself the question, are you waking up with some kind of intention for the day? Or is it just a fucking see what happens, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks? Because chances are, if you're waking up with no plan, you're waking up with nothing to fucking do, you've got no intention for the day, and it's just me fucking day off. Well, don't make the complaint when the day turns to shit and nothing happens, and then you go back into work 2 days later and you feel like you haven't had any time off. You know what I mean? It's like you're pissing in your own cornflakes and then you're turning around and going, fucking pissing me cornflakes, man. It's like, yeah, you're fucking pissing in your cornflakes every night, man. That's, you know what I mean? It's not
The
like...
best way to make one day run into the next is to do fuck all with your own day.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So time is a weird one. Like, time is a strange one. Time is what you fucking make it a lot of the time. Like, let's say, for example, you wake up. Now, I'm not saying you have to wake up at the crack of dawn on your day off. Like, I would encourage you to have a bit of a lie on. But there's a difference between a lie on and a fucking, are you still alive in there? You've been in there for fucking 15 hours, pal. Are you actually sleeping or what's your fucking crack? But there's a difference. But you notice if you were to wake up, right? If you were to wake up at fucking, force yourself to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning on your day off or 9 o'clock in the morning on your day off. Let's say your first couple of things that you're going to get done. If you wake up and you have a to-do list there and it's like, right, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to have breakfast, I'm going to fucking do a little bit of meditation. I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to do my food shopping on the way back from the gym. Let's say you come back and it's 11:30. So it's 10:30 in the morning, and you've already woken up, you've done meditation, you've gone to the gym, and then you got your food shopping. You jump in the shower, you're fucking changed, you're ready to go. You're ready to rock. It's not even fucking noon. How do you feel mentally having done that? You already win the day. You've already achieved something. All these small little victories, the quicker you can get them done, the better your day's going to be. So for me, it's like, wake up, I make my bed immediately. I write down my intentions. I'm going to go to the gym straight away. If it's early morning, I'll grab a quick coffee. You know what I mean? Just to fucking, I want to be on point to train. So I'll fucking grab a quick coffee if I'm lifting heavy shit. If I'm going for a run, I don't worry about that. But anyway, make the bed, write the intentions, exercise, come back, shower, meditate, fucking ready to go. And that's my first 2 to 3 hours of being awake. All right. Now, compare that to maybe what you're doing already right now, Chef. And this is what I used to do. Day off, fucking last day off of the week. Either end up in the pub, end up fucking staying up late, smoking weed and getting a takeaway, and staying up till fucking 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Wake up the next day, no alarm set, but I kind of just, I look over my phone. It's like fucking, it's 8:30. Nah, fuck that. Head back on the pillow. 10:30. Nah, fuck that. Head back on the pillow. 11:30. Pick up my phone, stare at the phone, flick through Instagram, flick through Facebook, check my WhatsApp. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, flick through that for about 10 or 15 minutes. Your brain starts to get tired again. So you just throw the fucking phone on the bed, and then you fucking fall back asleep again. And then you wake up and it's actually 12 o'clock in the day, and you're fucking bollocksed. You're tired. And then it's a coffee. It's potentially sit down on the couch, then followed by doing fuck all, and then the whole day's passed you by, and it's 5 o'clock now, and you're gonna get in the shower, and now you get in the shower, it's like 6 o'clock, so fuck it. But I've either got 3 options here. If I've got a missus, like, we'll either stay in and watch Netflix and order a takeaway. If I don't, I'll probably go for a pint. You know what I mean? And the third one, if I go to see my family, I might go and see my family. You know what I mean? It's like that. Your day has disappeared. It's gone. It's over now. And now it's like fucking, you're not only doing something, you're doing something late in the evening, and it's passed you by. That's use of time. Time is what you make of it. If I wake up and my day will seem longer with the more shit that I get done. The more shit I get done in a day, the longer it seems. And therefore that increases my sense of balance within my life. And if you don't do fuck all, it will feel like you've done fuck all, and it'll feel like you've got nothing out of it. So the only way you're going to fix that is a little bit of planning and a little bit of organization. I'm not saying you have to get fucking Pythagoras theorem up on your wall and start writing down fucking every minute of every single day down. But the very, very least, the same way you have a prep list coming in when you walk into work because you know which jobs you need to get on. It's like, cool. Well, like, what do you need to get on in your day off? Maybe it's go and food shop. Maybe it's hoover the fucking sitting room. Maybe it's go to the gym, and then it's, you know, whatever, family time or whatever you want to do. But like, at least you've got 2 to 3 solid things done that needed to be done, that you didn't just, fuck it, I'll leave it. And then you're eating, you know, takeaway for the week. Like, it's an interesting thing to think about. Peter, before Chef Fit, like, what was your organization of yourself like, and what does it look like now?
With Saturdays and Sundays, Saturday was like stay in bed for as long as you can. It was anyway. I'm up early now every day because I'm up early for work every day. So I'm going to wake up at 5:30 on Saturday and Sunday as well. And I'll either go back to sleep or not. It doesn't faze me to get up at 7 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. I don't feel like it would. I don't feel like I need a lie-in. Do you know that way?
Yeah, your body clocks are set to that time. Like, yeah,
of course. I'm fine with that. I do think that, especially when I was working in the service industry, that the night before is the most important or the most influential part of the following day. Say
that again?
The night before is the most influential part of the following day.
Yeah.
You know? So if before, if I had a chance to stay in bed until 2 o'clock in the day, I'd be all over it.
Mm.
I mean, you get up at 2 o'clock, and then, like I was saying, by the time you actually kickstart your day, it's already fucking long gone.
Already gone, yeah.
Totally. Yeah, but now if I get up on a Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, because I'm awake anyway, I'd be awake for an hour, say, if I get up at 7 o'clock, and I get up, and like I said earlier on, I'll get up and I'll have some breakfast and have a stretch, and then go and do the park run. So after that park run that we talked about earlier on, I met Sorsh in the market in Bushy Park, and we had a coffee.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, we're having a coffee. I've already done a 5K. I've got 3 blues and 4 greens checked off in Sheffield. So my whole week was done. My week of work was done. And my day was my own. And the whole weekend was my own. Yeah. And it was 10 past 10 in the morning.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Can't beat that.
It's an amazing feeling. It really is.
You can't beat it.
And it's always, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like, the discipline really does equal freedom in those situations. And
100%.
There's been so many days. I used to be fucking brutal. I used to have that excuse of, I'm not a morning person. And I'd fucking, do you know what I mean?
I lived by that for forever.
Yeah, exactly. But like, the morning is the most satisfying thing to get shit done. You know, like I used to, when I was living in town in Dublin, like, I used to enjoy going to the gym to train. I hated it at first. And then once I adapted to doing it, it was like, I actually liked waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and going and training, because it meant I was walking back home to get my shit ready for work. And I was doing all my fucking live videos, but it was 8 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning when I was walking back, and I'm sweating like a cunt and I'm coming back from the gym. It's like lethal. That's exactly what you want. You know what I mean?
Everybody creeping while you're sleeping is what I always say in the group.
Literally.
When I'm getting my bits done good nearly. Creeping while you're sleeping.
Yeah, in the literal sense.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a feeling of satisfaction. It's definitely a feeling of winning. The whole idea behind mise en place in your life is that you're winning, because winning feels good. And chances are you haven't won, chef, in a long fucking time, you know, outside the kitchen. Like, you're losing consistently. And the fact that you're losing consistently, like, imagine a day like a battle. There's a book I read called The Book of Five Rings by an undefeated samurai Ronin called Miyamoto Musashi. It's one of the most legendary, he's probably the most legendary swordsman who's ever lived, right? He wrote this book in the 60s. Yeah, fucking undefeated in like 90 plus sword fights to the death. You know, bad motherfucker. Anyway, his whole philosophy on this in this book was, your life was a war and every day is a battle. And it's like, if you imagine waking up and it's like, you have to fight for today. You have to fight if you want the fucking good shit out of today. If you want to finish satisfied, if you want to sit down on your couch and go, yeah, fucking I did it today. I fucking put it in today. You need to imagine it like that. And the reason that you're not doing it, obviously there's actually organizing things and putting things down on paper. That's just shit down on paper though. But what's going to bring that shit to life is what's going on in between your fucking ears. So when it comes down to that, it's like waking up with urgency and I'm ready to fucking go. And it's like, let's do this. This is today. Let's fucking go today. That's the mindset that you need to start having. And this whole idea of each day is a battle. The fact that your life is not going the way you want it to go is because you keep losing individual battles. So the way that you're going to win the battle is you're going to create a plan and then you're going to fucking attack and execute on that plan. You know, attack and execute on that plan. The same way you do if you're worth fuck all as a chef. It's the same thing that you'll do in the kitchen. If you're a gimp, obviously you'll be a gimp. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. But if you know what the fuck you're on about and you've got work ethic and you're not a fucking dreamer, then you'll walk in, the plan will be there, you execute the fucking plan, you smash it out. Doesn't matter how you feel, you get it done. And therefore the job gets done to a high standard. And therefore you're held to a high standard as a chef. You need to be doing the same thing in your personal life, you know? So like, it's that concept of imagining the day is a battle to be won. And that's how you need to approach it. And you're not going to get the benefits out of your days unless that happens. Like there's no mystery here. You get what you fucking give. If you do fuck all, you get fuck all. If you put in the work and you're disciplined enough to do the work, you get the reward. It's very, very simple. You know what I mean? It is very
That's
simple.
very funny. I was able to find out a lot about the work ethics, like the actual chef kitchen ethics of a lot of the chefs in Chef Fit last week.
Yeah.
Through the weekly task.
Yeah. What?
You know, there was a big tell in that. You know, it depended on what the people were writing into it, but I could kind of see the way certain people worked or how they would work based on how their lists were drawn out, right? So you could do yourself an easy intentions list, or you could do yourself one that's going to challenge you a little bit.
Yeah.
And the people, if you put down an easy one, then okay, you're ticking the box, you're getting your tasks done. But you can tell that might be a chef that can find the easy way out of things.
That's so funny.
Not exactly a cowboy job, do you know what I mean? But there was some chefs that were putting in their intentions list last week, and for those outside the group, our weekly challenge last week was that we write down our intentions for the day and we post them up into the group. And when there was people that were, you can see in the handwriting almost. Do you know what I mean? The way these people were putting up these lists together. My handwriting was so bad. When I looked back on the first day, I was like, right, fuck it, I'm just going to type it. I'm going to type it the next time. But you could tell a lot from it, from what they were putting into it.
Big time.
You know what I mean? Not like, oh yeah, go up, have a shower and eat something. Like, you're going to do that anyway.
That's like you need to be fucking specific about shit. That's another thing. There's two parts to that. Like, the first one is, are you doing it for yourself, or are you just ticking the boxes because someone said it to you? You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. And that's all part of taking ownership. It's like, if you're a fucking victim, you'll wait for someone to hold your hand and go, no, you need to do these things here and this way. It's like, if you actually took ownership of your fucking life, you'd understand that being intentional about your day is important. And if you want to get the benefit, be fucking specific about what you're doing. So that's the one side of it. The other part of, I nearly forgot what I was going to say there. The other part of your fucking intentions list is like being uber specific on what is going to change the outcome of your day. Do you know what I mean? It's like getting up and having a shower. It's not changing the outcome of your day, pal. You know, like that should be automatic. Like, there's things that I do automatically. They're not the things I need to be intentional about. They're the things that are already on autopilot. For example, I don't write down, get your videos done. I do videos every fucking day because that's automatic to me, you know, but there's other shit that I need to focus on. So with intentions, it's about what are the 3 to 5 things that are going to fucking, that if you do them and you actually succeed in doing them, how would you feel afterwards? And if you could do those 3 to 5 things, at the end of the day, you finish and you're happy out, boom, that's what you need to be intentional about. But if you're just writing down, I'm going to eat food, I'm going to take a shit, I'm going to go for a shower. Bring
the kids to school, go to work. Yeah. You're going to do that anyway.
Like, bro, are you human? Are you human there? Like, what were you going to do?
I'm trying so hard not to fucking quote Chris Rock, man. Get some trouble. Oh, God.
It's like, what I'd be worried about, what would you be doing if you didn't have the intentions? Were you not going to have a shower and take your kids to school?
You're not going to go to work.
What's going on in that gaff? There's people with kids running around fucking naked. You're covered in shite. You smell like shite.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on my list, so
you didn't tell me what the intentions were. See? So 3 to 5 intentions for the day. If you achieve them, you will feel better. Okay, so that's how you know what to select. The second part of this process is the specific times. Not putting times on things. Like, if I just write down a list of shit and go gym, shopping, hoover the house, go to the bank and fucking take the dog for a walk, for example. If I have all of those things down a list, I have an idea of what I need to do, but I don't actually fucking have a specific time. So you need to put times down. What time are you going to wake up? And then it's literally from the minute you wake up, I would have a rough outline of what that day is going to look like. Obviously, things will be thrown in your path here and there, but for the most part, you should know when you're going to the gym. You should know when you're taking the dog for a walk. You should know when you're going to work. You should know when you're going to the bank. You should know when you're going to do your shopping. Whatever the thing is that you need to get done, you should know when. And it is a thing, I'm reading a book called Atomic Habits right now. I mentioned it before. And he talks about being able to formulate a habit, like the best way to formulate a habit. If you can be specific about the time, the place, and how you're going to go about it, like if you can actually put that shit down on paper, your chances of doing it like increase, like like multiples. It's like ×2 or ×3, you know, the chances of you actually doing that thing and forming that habit. Exercise is the big example. That's a perfect example. How many fucking chefs talk themselves out of doing something they're supposed to be doing because they did not get specific on what they needed to do, when they needed to do it, and how they needed to do it. Like for
and a 90-day declaration as well, where you told us to be fucking specific, down to the kilo, down to the second.
Yeah, I'm going to exercise. It's like, no, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to lose weight.
Yeah. It's like, how much weight are you going to lose? What does that look like? If you're going to lose fucking 10 kilos in 2 months, how much does that require you to lose each week to reach your goal sustainably? Once you know how much you need to lose each week, then you need to structure your food plan and your exercise program around that. You need to be training probably every fucking day. You know, not in the gym, but you need to be moving every day, as we talk about. You need to be training hard. You need to be fucking, you know, following your nutrition plan by prepping once a week and having your 3 meals and having more greens than fucking carbohydrates. Like, these are all the things you need to be considering. It's like, I've just got a specific goal. I've got a specific time, and now I've got a specific way of achieving that. The same thing needs to go for just basic everyday tasks. Writing down on the sheet of paper exercise is definitely better than nothing, but chances are, if you're feeling tired and unmotivated, you'll wake up the next day and go, maybe I'll leave it, you know, and you will leave it and you'll procrastinate. And then you end up in that same perpetual loop of fucking bullshit that you're always in. But if you go, I'm going to go to the gym, if that phone goes off again, I'm going to put that on silent, or I'm going to rally it through the fucking wall over there. Anyway.
No, it's not fucking me.
My phone's going off. Some fucking, anyway. Peter OBG poked you on
Sinead O'Brien.
Fucking has put up a new post. Sinead O'Brien has tagged you in her new post. Anyway, fucking write down what you're going to do. So I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to do lower body weights, or I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do a 5K on the treadmill. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do a 2K on the rower. And then you're going to write down when you're going to do that. I'm going to go to the gym, do a 5K on the treadmill at 11 o'clock in the morning. How are you going to get there? I'm going to drive. What time do you need to leave at? You need to leave at fucking 11:15. Like, the more specific you get about the thing that you're doing, the more chance that you're going to have of doing it. Yeah?
Yeah.
The more specific you get about how you're going to go about something, the more chance you have of doing it. That's a really, 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 like, if you could take that nugget and just apply it in every fucking part of your life, you'll be a lot more successful. And the chances are you're not being specific. You're not being laser focused. You're kind of, it's easy to go, well, I just want to lose weight. It's difficult to go, well, I want to lose weight because I'm highly self-conscious because I haven't had sex with my fucking missus with the lights on in about fucking 15 years. I haven't fitted into a large t-shirt in about 3 years. I'm actually wearing double XLs and I've always been self-conscious about my weight. So therefore it's important for me to lose this weight. Like, there's a fucking world of difference. Want to be healthy. That doesn't mean anything. Start fucking getting specific on what you actually want. And start getting specific about what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and how you're going to go about it. And if you could start doing that, Chef, your life will start to change. So
I mixed in my weekly personal task into the Chef It weekly task.
There you go.
And put at the start and at the end of my intentions list was get up on the first bell and get to sleep before 11 o'clock. And I swear to God, because it was on my list, it was almost like a little mini challenge to myself.
Yeah.
So now recently I've been waking up before the first buzzer because it's bright and, you know, summer's fucking with me. But I get back to sleep, and then because I'm almost confident enough to knock off the other alarms, but the first bell now is what would have been the last bell a few months ago. Does that make sense?
Totally.
So instead of having 5:45, 10:45, 6, 6:05, get up at 6:10, now my first alarm goes off at 6:10, and I have backup alarms just in case.
Fair play.
But I am getting up on the first bell. And what that means is that I'm getting an extra 35 minutes sleep in the morning.
Yep.
Which means that I'm purposely attacking where I struggle the most.
Yep.
With what I've been given to do on a weekly, on a monthly basis, and on a daily basis. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it's about, though. Do you know what I mean? That's totally what it's about. Anyone hearing that, that's really vital. Like, sleep is the big one for a lot of you. And being intentional about, that's you being intentional and uber specific about the times that you're going to wake up and the times you're going to go to bed. What's the end result of that? Peter, who's always had shit sleep, is slowly improving his sleep cycles. As a result of that, you get all the benefits of fucking sleep. That's a separate episode, you know?
Look at me.
Yeah, no fucking, like, that lad usually sleeps like fucking 40 minutes a night. You know? So now that he's taking better care of his sleep cycles, he's following the mise en place and he's being specific and he's setting himself that target. Boom, it gets better. The same thing with the old snooze button. We talked about this before, but it's like, wake up with, imagine that someone's robbing your fucking house. You know what I mean? And your family's in danger. That's how you have to think waking up. Boom, just fucking feet on the floor. Someone's in my gaff. I'm coming to fucking collect. You know, That's the way you got to think.
Or me with the Russian twists. Imagine somebody is trying to rape your wife and kill your children, and their head is beside you.
Good stuff. Folks, that is our episode for today. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. And create a profile and follow us on Podbean and subscribe to the channel too. And share it around on various social media platforms. And fucking share it with people who are disorganized. If you know chefs, which you fucking do, if you know chefs who've got their head up their fucking hole on a regular basis, and you go, it's fucking hard being a chef, the industry's so bad. Yeah, cool. Send this. Get your shit together, son. Check yourself before you wreck yourself and pack fucking 3 lunches. I'll see you in the fucking
Go on. Peace.
Peace.